What are the 4 procedures you might use to test the control?
Mana recap pun.
I give one in theory. Inquire the client. Lagi? Okay, anyone help Syamina? Okay, Fitri boleh help Syamina?
Yes,
Anyone?
madam.
What are the 4 procedures? I give one dah already, inquiry.
Audit procedures ke?
Another 3? 4 procedures for you to use, okay, for test of control. Okay, kita ada 8 procedures altogether. 8. Okay, 8 types of audit procedures. 8 audit procedures. Okay, so kita cannot do all 8 for the test of control. Okay, we can only use 4 out of 8.
Madam,
Yes.
yang audit procedures yang ada 8 tu inquiry, observation yang tu
Tapi daripada 8 tu, which one can we use for the test of control?
Inquiry,
Okay.
observation,
Yes, observation.
external confirmation.
No,
yang
confirmation not under test of control.
Inspection.
Inspection, yes, Fitri. Another one.
Analytical procedure ke madam?
Analytical procedure.
Calculation.
Re-performance of control.
Yes, re-performance. Yeah, re-performance. Okay, so only these 4 procedures can be used to test of control in order for you to achieve the objective of control activities. Control activities ni ada berapa? Just list for me the 5. 5 or 4, 5 or 6, okay. Siapa nak tolong? Fatin. Dalam recap past lesson tu, I ask you to list that control activities. 5 control activities.
5 control activities.
Okay, can you list for me, Fatin?
5 control activities. Berapa banyak sabar?
Aku tak tahu. Aku pun tak tahu.
Fatin, ada tak Fatin?
Jawab dulu ada.
Ada madam, sekejap.
Control activities ni tak boleh lupa ni. Control activities ni.
Mana?
Okay, what are the 5 control activities?
Ada 5 je lah ni. Ada 3 je lah ni. Segregation of duty, observe with activity, proper authorization. Ni je.
Segregation of duties.
Segregation of duties, okay.
Observe the activity.
Observe, that is observation of the activity, okay. Observation of activity. That is observation is not the control activities, observation is the procedure. Control activities, contoh dia adalah segregation of duties. Okay, betul. Lagi? Fatin. Lagi apa? Tak siap lah tu agaknya yang recap past lesson tu. Tak buat lah tu semalam cuti buat apa? Ni Fatin. Cuti buku awak ambil exam ke hari ni?
Tak.
Tak kan? So buat apa semalam? cuti tidur?
Teks malam.
Oh, tak boleh lah. Macam tu. Kena bagi dua subjek ikut.
Subjek pun dah pening macam.
Okey, siapa boleh tolong Fatin? Fat,
Siapa boleh tolong
anyone
Fatin?
help Fatin?
Siapa cakap? Aku tak jumpa.
Naim. Baik, Naim. Naim Zohai.
Ya, madam.
Okey. Control activities.
Jap.
Semua je.
Semua kejap.
Control activity. Macam ni memang buatkan aku rasa nak study.
Madam, saya nak cuba.
Okey Christina. Siapa yang cepat lah. Okey, cepat Christina.
Control environment ke?
Itu component of internal control.
Component
Control
pula.
activities. Component of internal control ada 5. Control environment, risk assessment, information system. Itu control components of internal control. But under
internal
the control activities, one of the component is control activities, betul? One of the components of internal control is control activities. Betul tak Christina?
Yang safeguarding juga.
Ya Fitri?
Yang safeguarding tu ke, madam?
Safeguarding the
Asset.
asset. Itu yang nombor 2. Lagi? Dua je belajar. Hey, Pak Izzah ni?
Mampus kalau aku kena
Pak Izzah? Cepatlah you all. Saya tak nak bergerak ni kalau you all tak dapat bagi idea.
Madam, kalau ensure compliance,
Come again, Naim? Tak dengar.
kalau ensure compliance,
Ensure compliance. No, that is not the control activity. Ensure is perbuatan. Ensure tu is something that you are going to do. To do.
activities.
This is control activity, means that the control must be exist. So now you are going to test the control. So what you are going to test, so kalau segregation of duties, you kata tadi observe. Observe whether segregation of duties exists or not. So if the answer is yes, it means that the control is exist. Control is effective. That's why I ask you, what are 5 control activities? But bila
Authorization and approval.
yes, good, Yasmin. Authorization, approval. Lagi?
Reconciliation and review.
Yes, reconciliation and review. And the last one,
Physical security.
physical safeguard ni sama. Satu lagi, physical security over asset. So adequate the document. Adequate document and record. So these are all the control activities. So bila you perform the test, apa maksud perform the test? You kena buat test. So apa test yang you buat? Okay, bukan jawab soalan macam bagi Google Form jawab soalan tu, bukan. Okay, test ni means that you have to perform. So katalah you nak tengok reconciliation. So what is the reconciliation to the bank statement? So you test dia whether, okay, so you check, okay. So maksudnya kat sini you the procedure is you inspect. This is the procedure. Procedure ni apa you akan buat? Inspect the bank reconciliation statement, whether it is prepared every month. So that is the procedure, the test of control. You buat, auditor buat that the test of control, and then you dapat jawapan. Sebab itu, this is the example of evidence from the auditor. Evidence originated from the auditor. So auditor itself perform the evidence. Okay, boleh tak class? Test of control. Jawapan dia you yang dapat. Christina, boleh tak? Boleh. Okay. So maksudnya I nak you faham apa maksud test of control. Test of control means you are going to test the effectiveness of the control. So use these 4 procedure. You inquire management. So inquire whether they have prepared the reconciliation and every month. So inquire, you minta. Okay, you tanya. So that is inquire. Inquire regarding the you tanya regarding the stock taking, ataupun you ask them regarding the procedure of stock count.
Sorry, tadi tak boleh tolong.
Observe the activity, whether the activity
Sorry, tadi tak boleh tolong.
exists or not. Effective or not. Okay, so sebab dia kata they have a segregation of duties between the person who sign the contohlah sign the receipt document, okay, good receipt note, okay, GRN, and the person who order the stock or order the inventory. So bila you nak tengok sama ada exist or not that segregation of duties, you have to observe. So bila you observe, oh okay, there is a separation of duty between those person just now who received the goods and who ordered the goods. Okay, so that is meaning of test of control. So when the control activities is effective, okay, this one effective. So maksudnya control exists. So, okay, I put in the PowerPoint. Okay, so when you perform the test of control, you want to achieve whether the control is effective. Okay, so when the control is effective, then okay, you will rely on the control system. Okay, so when you rely on the control system, okay, so you have to put question, okay, or you are easy to plan your extent of audit procedure. Okay, if you rely on the control system, okay, let's say inventory system is good, overall conclusion you. So, what is your extent of audit procedure? So, what is your extent here? Okay, so do you want to perform more audit tests? Do you want to perform more substantive tests? Okay, because you already rely on the control system of inventory, you can reduce, okay, your substantive tests. So itu maksudnya, reduce substantive tests. So you know that you will reduce the test of detailed balances. Okay, you can reduce test of detailed transaction, or you can reduce your analytical procedures. Okay, so that's why you have to perform first the test of control. Okay, you have to perform the test of control. Okay, so if the test of control, okay, if let's say my question.
Lagi.
Okay.
Ni TOT ni apa?
Okay. You already perform the test of control. Okay. Okay. Wait Dah. Okay. My question is, if the control system of inventory, okay, was not good at all. Okay. So this is a statement. If the control system of inventory was not good at all, okay, do you need to perform the
Substantive.
POC question? Okay. Anyone to try? Okay. This case you perform the test of control and the control is effective. Okay, and then you will reduce your substantive test. What happened if the control system of inventory was not good at all or were not good at all? So
Were
do you need to perform the test of control?
By the mean of not good tu is, we can say it's
Anyone?
not effective.
Try. Amni Nabila.
Oh ha. Yang baik aku silap lewat.
Yes, madam.
Amni rasa kita nak kena perform test of control tak? When you identify
Tapi
from
macam-
the experience, okay, you identify that the internal control system was not good at all. Do you need to perform the test of control?
I think maybe not.
Maybe not, okay, because
It is already ineffective, so we will proceed with the substantive procedure.
yes, very good. That is the answer. Okay, so if it is not, you already know that the system of control is not good at all. So no need to perform the TOC. So just proceed with the substantive test. Yes, good. Okay, so that is the meaning of why you need to understand the test of control. Okay, so if normally you are not going to test the test of control ni every year. So here, some control may have been tested in prior year audit and the auditor may choose to rely on the evidence of their effectiveness. If this is the case, the auditor must obtain evidence about any changes since the control were tested and must test the control if they have changed. So kalau ada berlaku perubahan, buat. In any case, control should be tested for effectiveness at least once in every 3 years, 3 audits. So if let's say you have audit on the second year, first year, second year, third year, no need. Second year, no need. Third year pun also no need. But on the fourth year, if there is a changes, then you have to test again. Okay, so you have to look at case by case. If let's say last year is not effective at all, okay, but maybe this year they have do a changes in the system, then you have to put a test. You have to perform the test, because why you need to perform the test? Okay, you want to know the extent, whether you want to rely or not on the system. If you not rely, then you have to perform more substantive tests. If you rely, then you can reduce your substantive test. So in this case, okay, what you can see is for the substantive procedure, auditor must always carry out substantive tests on material item. So for the material item, okay, for the substantive test, you have to perform, okay, in whatever cases it is. So yang ni further audit procedure, so you have to perform the substantive test. Okay, sama ada detail or not detail. Okay, but this is must. Okay, so you have 3 category of substantive tests. Okay, so you have the class of transaction, account balance and disclosure. So what should you do? Okay, you have to use the 8 audit procedure. Agreeing the information in the financial statement to the underlying the accounting record. So this is procedure for vouching. You have to vouch. And then examining material journal entries. Okay, journal entries you have to go in detail and examining other adjustment made in preparing the financial statement. So that's why I want you to attend the SQL next week, because you have to know how the system generated from the accounting system. Okay, sebab sebelum ni you buat dalam bentuk manual kan, guna Excel, but you don't know how to use it in the computerized accounting system. So next week you kena attend that khusus. Okay, because you must know how the financial statement generated from the data till the financial statement. So I want you to study, okay, or to look at how the system generate the financial statement. Sebab dalam audit nanti, chapter yang seterusnya, okay, you must know what is the process of the system. Okay, bila kita belajar on the application part nanti. So I tak nak lagi kata tak tahu So this part, journal entries is very important. Okay. So as you know, substantive procedure falls into 2 categories: analytical procedure and test of detail. So the auditor must determine when it is appropriate to use the type of substantive procedure. So this one I nak cerita di story So during the estimation of audit evidence. So you have the analytical procedure and so on. So you can read by your own. And last one is the timing of substantive procedure and test of control. So the timing, as what you have discussed before, as I already tell you. Okay, we have 2 timings of audit. Audit timing. Okay, 2 only So this is the preparation of the financial statement. Okay, this is the audit of financial statement. Okay, so this is considered as interim audit. Okay, this is considered as final audit. Okay, so this is at the assertion level. This is at the financial statement. Okay, so auditor may carry out their audit work for 1 year in 2 or more settings. So when they do, they call this setting as interim audit or final audit. So the final audit is the main period of audit testing and focus on the financial statement. So where you must have a set of financial statement unaudited, okay, from the management, and it must contain 5 items or 5 content of the financial statement, okay, which is statement of comprehensive income and statement of profit and loss and profit or loss and comprehensive income, statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flow, and disclosure to the financial statement. Okay, and interim audits are audit undertaken prior to final audit Often during the period under review, the auditor is likely to carry out tests of control and interim audit. So, here, okay, the auditor normally perform the test of control. Here, the auditor will perform the extent of the test that is called substantive test. Okay, so this is how you do your response to risk. Okay, sebab kita belajar responses to risk kan, responding to risk assessment. Okay. So apa lagi? That is on as long at the end, okay, you must able to gather sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Okay, and then you also auditor have to determine the maturity level. Yang ni nak tengok sama ada maturity misstatement or not. Okay, if not, lower down to performance maturity. And then apa lagi? Overall response. Okay, dah habis. Okay, any question? Do you
I don't have
understand the whole concept of audit risk?
Yeah,
Understand, madam.
Clear or not?
clear.
Okay, so now it's 12:34. Okay, any question?
Balik.
Any question?
No.
No, cepat je no tu. Betul ke tak ada soalan? Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, cuba kita pergi tengok sekejap je. Okay, this one. Okay, number 5. To what does sufficiency of audit evidence relate? What's the answer?
Tengok TV, berasa TV. Kedengaran bunyi kamera dengan
Quantity.
Okay, sufficiency refer to the quantity. Okay, number 6. On of which type of audit procedure are the following example?
Dia tanya, kau buat apa?
Okay, physical inspection of non-current asset. So what is the type of audit procedure? From 8 to which one?
Report polis.
8 audit procedures to. So example dia physical inspection of non-current asset. So it's come under
Inspection.
inspection of document inspection of physical inspection of the current asset is the inspection. Okay, observation of payment of wages come under what is the audit procedure? Apika apa? Apika. Kalau observation of payment of wages?
Observation lah.
Tu dia jatuh bawah apa?
Oh, recalculation ke tu? Performance.
Oh, dah tak betul dah. Observation. Okay, kalau receiving a letter from client bank concerning balances held at the bank by the client?
Confirmation.
Yes, confirmation. Adding up the client's trial balance?
Recalculation.
Recalculation.
Recalculation. Okay. So, number 10. Which of the following would not increase inherent risk? So, maksudnya bukan inherent risk lah. Which of the following would not increase inherent risk?
Betul tak. Salah.
Revenue is derived from sales of high-tech product. Is it inherent risk?
Yes.
Sales order are not authorized. prior to sales being executed. A number of customers have significantly old debt. Some recent sales have resulted in legal claims against the company. Which are not increase inherent risk. Yang mana?
Sales order.
Yang mana bukan? Macam mana nak tahu yang mana bukan?
Kita cari mana ya.
Siapa jawab tadi sales order tu? Siapa jawab tadi?
Yasmin.
Saya.
Yasmin, how you know that B is not the answer?
Because I think that is like, wait a minute.
This is like what? Like what, Yasmin? Like what? This is not like, so this is the control activities. Cuba tengok ni, kan you sebut tadi, under control activities, you kata must have a proper authorization and supervision. Authorization and
Approval.
right. So, yang ni jatuh bawah control activities. Control risk. Okay, sorry, control risk. So this is not inherent risk. Okay, inherent risk ni selalu susceptible, okay, to risk. Prone to risk due to the business risk. Okay, so revenue is derived from sales of high-tech product. So kalau dia bergantung kepada high-tech product, normally the high-tech product, okay, is always prone to the nature, to the timing. So kalau dah berlaku perubahan teknologi, so the old product cannot be sold. So that is inherent risk. Okay, a number of customers have significantly old debt. So kalau old debt means that possibility of the bad debt. So that is become inherent risk. Some recent sales have resulted in legal claims against the company. So this is litigation issue. So dia akan bawa kepada inherent risk. Okay. So Eddie, okay, I will give you the exercise. So just to recap back macam biasa, tapi I don't want you to copy paste. So but I think today I not look at how you answer it. Okay, because I want to register some of your friends taking exam at 2. So for those who not taking the exam at 2, please do the recap past lesson. So I will put in the Google Classroom. Then who have those who take the exam, you can do it later. Okay, dear class? Boleh tak?
Okay, madam.
Okay, so I share you after this. So okay, if you have no questions, so then we stop class now. Okay, I nak siapa tadi baca doa anda, recite the doa anda, doa penutup.
Okay, madam. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wal 'asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus solihati wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr.
Amin. Okay, so pergi take a lunch. Okay, then for those taking exam, so prepare yourself.